welcome to another episode of the playonultra podcast. This is episode 150.
Woo!
Woo! Yes.
Woo.
Nice round even number.
How are y'all?
Doing okay. Tired, but doing okay. How are you doing,
Hanging in
Sean?
there.
I got some new ink, so
What you got?
so I'm continuing the Persona 5 sleeve, right? So I got like the Cupid on here,
Oh, nice.
and it's small, but it's one of the worst ones I've gotten. It's so
Aw.
bad. Yeah.
Dang.
Like, because it's like the elbow and the elbow asshole here, so
Oh.
I don't know what you call this part, so
The weenus
There is
of the
a name.
elbow.
Yeah, there is a name for it.
yeah, we don't use it often, so I have no idea what it is. But yeah, it was really painful.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So I'm never gonna do tattoos on the super sensitive places like the ribs and the top of the
Yeah.
foot and the palms. Fuck that.
Yeah, this is super random, but I just have to share. My dance teacher, I remember, she got a tattoo on the top of her foot
Oh,
a
damn.
week before our recital. Now, she wasn't dancing, so that wasn't a big deal, but
Oh, okay. Still though.
a dancer on the top of her foot. She was in so much pain during recital time. We're like, what were you thinking? It was
Yeah.
very strange.
Top of the foot and like all those kind of stuff, you gotta plan a little bit. Like take a few days off work, not wear anything on your foot for a while,
Yeah.
not dance.
Yeah.
Obviously, that'll just fuck it up.
Yeah, exactly. Woof. But that's super cool though. But are you happy with it now that it's done?
Oh no, it's not finished yet.
Oh, it's not finished. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell, sorry.
Like this one is like not colored in yet. I'm gonna get.
Oh, you're right. Okay,
I'm gonna
got
get
it.
a tower here, so it's just
Got it.
filling up space and putting some clouds and backgrounds and stuff to make it look like a proper
Yeah.
thematic sleeve kind of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Apart from that, I've been playing Starling, the Battle for Atlas.
Starling. What? I don't know if I'm familiar with that one.
It is a Ubisoft Toys to Life game.
Mm-hmm.
So the cool thing about this one, so I had my eye on this ever since they announced it like a couple years ago, because I like Toys to Life, as you know. But the super cool thing about this one is they have a digital edition, and it's way cheaper to get the digital edition.
Finally.
So like if you buy the toy, so it's on Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation 4. I decided to get it on the Switch just simply because it has extra content, because it has an extra ship, the R-Wing, and Star Fox as a pilot. And they recently announced that they're gonna do more updates, which the Switch will get more updates than the other platforms simply because they're gonna add more Star Fox related content. So I'm not sure if it's gonna be DLC or what. Maybe it's DLC and more toys. But if you just buy the starter pack, it comes with, for the Switch at least, it comes with Star Fox, the main like pilot guy from the characters they created, the R-Wing ship, a digital edition of another ship, and 2 weapons. And I got the digital edition, and it was on sale for 50%, so it was $30, and I got like 6 pilots, 5 ships, and a bunch of weapons, and that's way more than enough. It's a really good bargain if it's on digitally on sale. So I've been playing that, and it's actually quite good. I wasn't expecting. It's basically like open world, flying a spaceship, shooting like dogfighting, and you can be on the ground, and it's a very Ubisoft game. You go around outposts, you clear the outposts, you mine this, you upgrade this. So yeah, and
Cool.
It gets repetitive, but it's a fun game. It is a Ubisoft game, so I kind of expected that. So Starling is really good. I like it, and I don't regret getting it on the Switch. I did a bit of research. Basically, PlayStation 4 looks better, runs better, but the Switch has Star Fox, so I was like, fuck it, just get Star Fox.
Guess I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. So that's that, and I played Mutant Year Zero: Road to Eden.
Oh.
So I got that from the Humble Monthly. It's the April Humble Monthly.
Okay.
$12 gets you Absolver, Novgorod. Novgorod is a Viking city building kind of game.
Yes, I've heard of that one.
It's
Absolver,
isometric, right?
it's just legit a city builder. Yeah, like those old school, like Anno and like Banished, those kind of games.
Did you ever play Populous?
I did a long time ago, like the old
I'm
one.
away. Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
only played it because a demo shipped with like SimCity 3000 or something like that. Remember when games shipped with demos for other games?
Yep.
Yes. That. Oof. Wow. Talk about feeling old.
I had no idea what I was doing though.
No, yeah.
My brother loved Populous, and so I had played parts of it. It took me some time. I never finished it, but like, it's confusing.
Very.
There's a lot of people you don't really
Yeah.
know what you're supposed to do with them.
Yeah. And Absolver is that melee PvP 1v1, like really complicated fighting mechanic kind of game. I was kind of interested in that, but I was mostly interested in Mutant Year Zero.
My interest on it was hinged on a data point I didn't have, which is how much of it the experience relied on being online.
Mm.
It seemed kind of like Dark Souls, where it's like a lot like you can play Dark Souls all offline, but like part of the experience is getting invaded, and I felt like Absolver was really pushing for that kind of thing as well.
I did some looking up reviews and stuff before I bought the Humble Monthly, and from the looks of it, I think it's mostly PvP.
Okay, yeah, I watched like a 20-minute Let's Play, and they were only doing PvP the whole time.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So it's like I don't want this.
It has like a 3-hour story or something, and they did
Oh,
like
jeez.
a new update which lets you go through 3 procedurally generated dungeons for PvE that you can play co-op. So
okay.
I was like, never mind. I mostly want Mutant Year Zero. It's $12. Mutant Year Zero is a $35, $36 title that came out in December 2018. So it's like not too bad, I would say.
Yeah. I bet Absolver probably doesn't even have a super strong online community anymore anyway.
That's what I've been seeing. Like, it's okay, I guess, but don't get your hopes up, I suppose. I'm not too sure. I haven't tried it yet. But I actually finished Mutant Year Zero, and I understand what the complaints are about. It is short. That's mostly the complaints I've seen. It's a short game, and full price is $35, and it's like, what, 15 hours, I would say?
I'm actually surprised it's not a $50 game.
Really?
Because I don't know, it just seemed like it was. I didn't know it was only a 3-hour game, but it just seemed like the kind of game. Because like,
I'm
we got
talking
graphics,
about,
we got style,
Mutant Year
Absolver.
Zero.
and Mutant Year Zero. They both seemed like full games. to me.
Right. So
I guess they were indie.
I was really, because I tried out the demo and you get to play like the first 3 areas for Mutant Year Zero, and holy shit, after playing the demo I was like, yeah, I'm getting it, there's no question about it. It's just so good. It's basically a tactics game like XCOM, but way more emphasis on stealth, because if you just go in guns blazing, you'll probably die.
Yeah.
Because it's like just 3 of you, and some areas has like 6 to 7 enemies, and some of those enemies are fucking big giant robots that can fuck you up pretty badly. But it's just such a good game. It's one thing, it's really pretty to look at. It's a really pretty game. It's just really nice. It's very nice graphics. Yeah, it's really nice to look at. I was really surprised. I don't really expect that from a tactics game. I'm not sure why, but I guess I don't know.
I thought it was as well.
I like the setting. The setting is really cool. Just learned it's a tabletop from like 1984. So basically, nuclear apocalypse, and then there are mutants and ghouls and stuff. And you get to use a squad where it's a pig guy, a duck guy, and a fox lady. I mean, that's fucking cool. I don't know about anybody else. I just like using animals.
I really like the characters.
I really like it that they're not sexualized.
Yeah, they're not really even humanoid. They walk on hind legs, so they are humanoid literally, but they're not
You wouldn't want to fuck
human
them.
looking.
Yeah.
They don't look human.
I mean, the fox is, very ladylike, I suppose, but that's...
Sure. But I
But
feel
it
like
is a
she's
fox.
less sexualized than
Oh,
Scarlet from Battle Chasers.
Scarlet from Battle Chasers. Right.
Isn't that her name? Yeah.
Wait, Scarlet is the... Wait,
Is that her name?
what's from Battle Chasers
The-
again?
2 guns, little armor, throws little love
right.
bombs.
Yeah. The pirate thing. Pirate
Yeah,
person.
thing.
Yeah, whatever. But she's a human, though. That's a long ass pause. Okay, never mind.
I don't know what she is. I mean, yeah, she's something like that. I'm saying she's a human.
But super sexualized. Right, I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not a huge tactics kind of guy. I mean, I liked XCOM, the reboot that they did in like 2013. But even that was like kind of tough for me. I was like, fuck the hell. I'm pretty sure I didn't finish it because I died. I'm pretty sure like I couldn't save the world. I haven't played XCOM 2 yet. So I'm not really sure in terms of how high level tactics it requires, especially on the harder difficulties, which some people might prefer. But overall, it's just a really good game.
And does it have permadeath or like?
You can have permadeath. You can turn it on if you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I believe it's one of those you can. Well, when your character dies in combat, it has a bleeding out timer thing, like 3 turns, 5 turns.
Okay.
So I'm gonna guess permadeath is after that if you don't revive them, which is usually the case for most games, I suppose. You usually have the chance to revive them. But yeah, it's a damn good game, and for $12, it's a pretty damn good steal. And you do get Northgard if you're into that, and Absolver, and a bunch of other games at the end of the month. So yeah, that was a good one. It is short though. I'm hoping they have like single player DLC or whatever coming. But that's it. I didn't do anything else. Didn't watch anything. Just been playing video games.
I had the opposite.
Have you watched any of You haven't watched Doom Patrol at all?
No.
Okay.
What episode is it on?
There's 3. I haven't seen the 3rd one yet. I saw the first 2.
Do we know how many episodes it's gonna be for season 1? All right.
I had the opposite. I didn't really play many games. I did watch stuff. I did see Alita Battle Angel, the movie.
Yay!
I did. I actually quite enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The relationship with the guy was weird. I'm hoping that they took
You mean
her.
the father figure?
No. An actual
Oh.
person. Yeah, an actual
Just like
guy.
a love interest.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Now, to be fair, it wasn't like shoehorned as in like, they're together. Like in some ways, it actually was kind of the driving force of the film, so that was okay. What was very strange, and I am not familiar with Alita, so I haven't seen if this is normally her character, but like it was just kind of strange because throughout the entire film, and they played it like they kept it up, but like she's very extreme in love with this guy. Like we're gonna always be
Real
together.
Extreme.
Yeah, she literally at one point offered him a piece of her that would be worth
That
a
seems
lot
so
of money.
cringy.
Yeah, and it's that. And so it was just like, whoa. And she even says at one point, she's like, oh, I'm all or nothing, I'm all blah, blah, blah. And even at the end, where stuff happens and like, she's like, we'll be together, blah, blah, blah. And it was just very, like, again, if that's part of her character, which I could see, it makes sense, but it was just really weird. I otherwise quite enjoyed it. I enjoy watching a small person kick butt, so I quite enjoyed that.
The choreography was amazing.
Yeah, the fight scenes were great. I loved all the fight scenes, and her surrogate dad, so to speak, is amazing. He's awesome. I loved him as a character, and everything else. All the acting was done well and stuff like that. But yeah, her relationship with her dude was kind of weird. That was the only part that made me go, okay. This is getting weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise I enjoyed it. I didn't watch any other movies. My partner is forcing me to catch up on Game of Thrones, so that's been.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, I saw. It's not that I'm unfamiliar with Game of Thrones. I've read 3 of the books before it I read the first book before it got like major huge with the TV show, and then I read the other 2. I just haven't picked them up again. Not that they're bad. They're a lot to read, and I don't read much these days. And I watched the first season when it first came out because our family kind of was familiar with the series at the time, and so it's fine. It's just we never had HBO. And I never got HBO, and so I just never tried to watch it. Nobody really sat with me to watch it, so we're watching it now. It's fine. I mean, it's well done. The acting's well done, but I found that lately I just have no patience or really any, like, sense of just being okay and sitting with like any of those like sexual harassment scenes. I really just can't anymore. Like, whenever they, like, last night we watched the first 3 episodes of season 2, and it was like, there were like 2 episodes where there were some intense, like, sexual harassment scenes. And after number 3, I was like, I'm done for the night. Like, I can't anymore. You know, and I just saw one before I came into this room, and there was another pretty big one. I was like, okay. Like, that's unfortunately kind of the hard part. I think if I had watched it back when it first came out, like, watched it slowly, you know, as each episode came out, I think it would have been a lot easier. But it's just now these days, especially with the kind of work I do, like, it's just harder and harder to just, like, stomach. Like, it really is. It's just very exhausting with some of the ways the female characters are portrayed and stuff. I'm not saying that, like, it's sexist or anything like that. There are, of course, sexism. But, like, and obviously the female characters they do show are amazing. But, like, it's just exhausting. Like, truly, it really is. So I'll get through it. That's fine. But it's a lot. It's pretty heavy to try to binge. I will say that.
It's not a binge
heavy
show.
To binge. It's really not for me, but I don't really have much of a choice. So, getting through. At least there's not many episodes for each season. So, like, because we're halfway done with season 2, and we've only been watching the past 2 days. So, at the very least, there's at the very least, that's a good thing. So, that's kind of all that's really been happening on my end, though. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten too much into games. I have, I'm trying to think. I'm just busy with other stuff in life, which when we kind of get to the end of our episode, I will explain where you can find me, where I'm also busy. So, that's it for me.
You guys know the movie Soma? Sorry, not Soma. Roma.
I was gonna say that's a game.
Was it a game? Roma. No. Movie.
It just won a bunch of awards and pissed Steven Spielberg off. He's like, it's a Netflix movie. It shouldn't be a real movie. It shouldn't be allowed to win awards.
That's where that came from. I knew that.
Wait.
I didn't know it was what the movie was.
It's just... Oh my god, shut up, Kat. It's just funded by Netflix, right? But it actually showed in cinemas. It's not just...
I mean, it did not show in cinemas.
Oh, it did not show in cinemas?
Not that I know of.
How did...
But it's still a movie.
Wait. I thought you're supposed to show in cinemas to be eligible to be in one of the awards or something.
Yeah, one of the awards. I don't know which one. Apparently not this one.
Oh, maybe they did like a...
Or maybe they had it in just enough somewhere.
It just reached the minimum requirement or something.
Yeah,
kind of like Your Name.
Yeah.
Anyway, I started watching it, and got an hour and 15 minutes through, and I just stopped because it's super boring. It is not good, in my opinion. I'll finish it. I do intend to finish it, but it's just a lot of just... It's like if... I liked Cloud Atlas, but this is like as many scene jumps with no linkage as Cloud Atlas, and one very faint thread connecting them. And it's just a real slow walk to tell a story. It just, I don't know. It just seems like it'd be a lot more streamlined. I don't like the way it's telling the story. The story's fine. I really don't like the way it's telling it.
It's Oscar bait, right?
It seems like real strong Oscar bait. I don't know.
It received 10 nominations at the Oscars, including Best Picture. Damn.
Yeah. I watched that. I didn't watch a lot else. I'm rewatching Rick and Morty, which is fun. Picking up on things I didn't pick up on, or didn't just forgot. Playing more Breath of the Wild.
Nice. I really need to get to that.
It's a struggle. I don't know. It doesn't... There's parts of it I really like, and then parts of it that just seem needlessly tedious, or not tedious, obtuse. Like, there's this guy who just kind of stumble on in the wild, and he's like, if you give me nuts, I will increase your inventory size. So I did that twice. He's like, I'm going home to the forest. And he disappeared. And I'm like, I have 10 more nuts. And having a small inventory is like the number 2 most obnoxious thing about this game. So I had to go and Google like where he went to.
I'm guessing
like,
number 1 is weapon breaking.
Yes.
Okay.
And if number 1 wasn't a problem, number 2 wouldn't be a problem because you wouldn't need the inventory space to hold so many weapons to replace your constantly breaking weapons. It's so infuriating. So I'm having to Google things, which isn't great, but I am having fun. On the whole, I'm having a positive experience, but I'm like right now, this game's like a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. Like I'm not loving it.
You know how some games is just like you can't really explain it, but when you play it first time, you just want to keep going back to it and just keep replaying it, and you just can't stop thinking about it. Yeah, that was Mutant Year Zero for me. I don't know why.
Okay.
I have no idea why. But is Breath of the Wild like that?
Not for me at all.
Oh, okay.
It seems it's like it's this weird duality of whenever I sit down to play it, I'm like, I'm curious to see what's going to happen, and this is going to be a chore. I don't know which is going to happen every time I start to play.
I'm just worried about the super open-endedness of it.
Yeah, it doesn't give you any direction at all. Like up until last night, I had literally just kind of been wandering around into areas that were clearly too high level for me. And so I think I just finally, like, I don't know, am I 10 hours in or 10 plus hours in? I just found like the first like real main plot quest. Like, oh, this is where I should have been going the whole time probably.
But
we'll see.
if the weapons don't break, you can technically try to clear high level place, right?
What I've been doing to clear high level places, I have really high level weapons, but I have really crap armor, so I can do good damage. I just can't get hit. Right. So I have been save scumming, kind of a lot, which isn't super fun either.
Yeah,
because the game has really long loading screens for some reason. I don't know why.
The Switch is just not very powerful.
I guess that's it. I completely played a game which I really liked called Tacoma. It's from the developers of Gone Home.
Oh, I didn't know the same devs. Puzzle game, right?
I think so. I wouldn't say it's a puzzle game. It's more a walking simulator.
Oh, so it's not
like
what's that title I'm thinking of? First person puzzler. Not The Witness. Something else. I think you play a robot. Kind of popular around the same time.
Oh. This sounds really familiar.
Is it tough to remember because there's so many of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
First person.
Be a little more specific.
First person robot.
But
you're like, it's walking simulator?
First person puzzle game? Talos Principle.
Talos Principle. Okay. Yeah.
I was
that doesn't
actually
have much of a narrative.
I was actually trying to think of that. Yeah, you are. I was actually trying to think of that name. I was like, it starts with a T, but like I couldn't. I would have forgot. But yeah, you're right.
I was not going to guess it. I didn't know you were a robot in that for some reason.
I
guess you're a robot because I think one of the screenshots is like one of the wallpapers or something.
Okay.
If I recall correctly, it's not really. It's one of those things that's more hinted at, but not like super addressed. If I recall, I haven't played it myself, but that's what I've heard. It's almost not really a spoiler, but it's almost kind of like a reveal for you to figure that out. I think, if I don't remember. It's one of those things.
But Tacoma's great. It does really, really good job of world building.
Nice.
The voice acting is good. The writing is good. Tells a good story. I played the whole thing in a little over 2 hours.
Oh, really?
If you were just trying to like speed run it and not actually like listen to anybody talk or get any of the narrative, you could do it probably like in 20 minutes. But it's like so there are little puzzles where it's like, okay, if I follow this recording, I can see this person enter this key sequence and I can get through this door. And you don't need to get through the door to progress, but getting through the door will let you see like another bit of the narrative. So it's kind of like play it as long as you want just to uncover more background details and story kind of stuff.
I'm looking at a screenshot and it's basically a screenshot of a person's face. It looks like an ID card, person's face, yada yada yada, and it has Tamil and English and Malay, and the Malay is correct.
Oh, nice. Good job on them for having the right translation, I guess. Yeah, it does a good job world building. It's kind of like it's not quite like Star Trek Utopia, but it's got just some cool details of like what the state of society's like, which I found really compelling. So I would recommend that if it's your kind of game.
Is it, if you like Gone Home, would you like this?
I haven't played Gone Home, but probably. If you liked Firewatch, you would like this.
Oh, okay.
if you liked Remember Me, you might like this.
Really?
If you
Remember Me?
liked Life,
Oh wow.
because so like the main like storytelling component is you come across, like, you enter a room and there'll be like this corrupted data and you restore it, and then just like has like projections of all the recordings of all the people, and so you can play it forward and backwards. You're like, okay, this playthrough, I'm gonna follow the blue person and see where they go and who they talk to. And I'm gonna rewind it all to the beginning and follow the green person and see where they go and who they talk to. And they're like 4-minute like little videos that you play through a couple times per room, basically. Yeah, so it's good. I don't know. Maybe Life is Strange is a better thing, because Remember Me had combat and this doesn't have combat.
Yeah. But I would say walking simulators and Life is Strange is quite different.
Okay, I haven't played Life is Strange. That one has puzzles, like real puzzles.
Life is Strange is like Telltale, but with
okay.
it's more Telltale style of stuff, but with being able to turn back time.
Okay.
But yeah, they're not quite the same. But that's more of the kind of gameplay style.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else did you play?
Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I soft finished the Diablo 3 season, meaning I finished like
The dungeons?
basically whenever there's a new season in Diablo, it gives you a bunch of like achievements to try and get, and
no new areas or anything?
No, there's like 4 chunks of achievements, and if you do all 4, by the end you have like a complete set of armor, and so I did that. And there's more to do afterwards if you want to, but I'll probably do a little bit of them. But I
never really understand how seasons work. I mean, because so many games do it now, like all these online games do it now, and
it's
I guess
very different in this.
game to game.
Yeah, Diablo seasons aren't like any other. Basically, a Diablo season is just an excuse to start a character from scratch, because there's some incentives, like you get rewards for doing it. So like I could start a character from scratch at any time and do this thing, but it's a little easier. It's both easier and harder if you do it in a season, because if you do it in a season, you don't have like access to your bank of items or anything like that, but you do get this little extra rewards at the end. So I find it a little more fun.
Have you played Grim Dawn like I told you to?
I forgot you told me to.
Oh no, wait, you have it on GOG. Oh no.
I have it on Steam.
Oh, okay. It's still, I think,
I played
my
it
favorite.
for 4 minutes, apparently.
God damn it.
4 minutes.
That was a month ago. That's on the 3rd of February.
I still think it's my favorite action RPG of this isometric ARPGs of all time, I would say.
It has co-op, apparently?
It does, yeah. It's a usual isometric ARPG. It has co-op, you can play solo, those kind of stuff.
Oh, wow. Look at that
co-op
skill
as in
tree.
online co-op.
It's very Path of Exile. Oh, okay, yeah.
I would say it's better. I mean, I haven't really played Path of Exile, but when I look at Path of Exile, I just see, what the fuck? It's so big, so many nodes. Well, this one is the nodes. You can actually create a character and focus on the thing that you want to do. That kind of.
That's why I played it for 4 minutes. I was gonna play it with the guy I'm playing Diablo with, and then I forgot.
Shit, totally, so good.
Okay.
I just bought the DLC.
I'll remember that.
Really need to go play it.
Yeah, but I think that's it for me. Nothing else noteworthy. I started reading the Leta manga, but I guess there's like 2 different versions, and so I guess the version I have is the newer version, and so I stopped because I kind of want to read the original version first, but I need to confirm that it's actually what I'm doing.
Yeah. Because I think it was never a true anime. I think they only did like an OVA or something.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I think the manga's really only that's around. One person I knew who was familiar with the story said that I guess the movie kind of added in a little bit of plot from like the second season or second whatever have you, and so she thought that was kind of strange, but I couldn't tell you what that was.
My partner is not huge fan, but she read the mangas, had a poster, and then also watched whatever that was available, anime or OVA or whatever.
Right.
We both watched the trailer and were just like, what the fuck is wrong with our eyes?
I know.
Watching this shit.
You get used to it
pretty
after
fast.
a while, but I will say in the beginning, because I guess spoiler alert, she kind of goes from having like a childlike body to more of an adult body due to story reasons. And so when she's in that kind of childlike body, it's kind of creepy, especially when the guy kind of starts hitting on her. That's really weird because you're like, dude,
Yeah, my partner
she
ain't gonna
looks
like
like-
it. She's definitely not gonna watch it, but she's definitely not gonna like it if she do watch it.
Yeah.
Watch it probably.
But I don't know, the action scenes and stuff are extremely well done. And I will say,
Yeah.
like, when the character Alita is, like, in her action state, like, when she's not in love, she's amazing. I love her.
so
She's great.
good.
It's so good. It's just all
Nice.
the emotion. It's all the love. It's really just the romantic relationship that's weird.
Yeah,
Everything
that's the only
else.
complaint I have.
Yeah, her relationship with her kind of dad and
Christoph
her
Waltz
action.
is great.
He's amazing. And
The
all
Nazi
the
guy.
action scenes.
I like the Nazi
Yeah.
guy.
Jesus. And just all the like action scenes, like with her standing up to people, like those are great. Those are amazing. But
I think I have the
I
right to
don't
call him the Nazi guy when he just, please give me all the Nazi scripts.
It is probably his most famous role.
But he only
Yeah.
played one Nazi, right?
Yeah, that I know of.
Yeah, that I know of, yeah.
oh, we know.
And the Django Unchained role's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
too,
I make
but
it sound
don't
like he's like a Nazi in every movie.
Right. Yeah, amusingly, he was in a movie called Big Eyes.
Of course. He was in a
completely
movie.
different movie.
He was in a movie where he played a shitty artist whose wife painted.
That was Big Eyes.
That was Big Eyes. Oh, okay.
That was Big Eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a true story.
Yes.
That is interesting. I think I should watch.
I haven't seen it. I'm tempted to. I've heard it's actually a pretty good, okay movie.
News time.
News time.
News time.
News time. So Judgment, which is that for the PS4, is going to come out June 25th for the English version. Judgment is basically made by the Yakuza people. It kind of looks and plays like a Yakuza game, but you play a detective
Oh,
this
you
time.
mean the game Yakuza? I thought you just meant literally was made by Yakuza people. I was like,
the game.
what?
They're branching out.
Got it.
I like this because it's basically a Japanese drama, and I like me some Japanese dramas. And it's
Yeah,
being played,
totally.
and the main character is modeled after and voiced, and maybe also mocapped by a really popular Japanese drama actor and singer. So, like he's, I don't know how to compare it to a Hollywood guy.
Is
but
it Gact?
No,
What's that guy's name?
It's not Gak. It's not Gakuto. It's Takuya Kimura. He
Don't know him by name.
all the he's like a really popular drama guy. He's all
Okay.
He does a lot of dramas, but he used to be also in a boy band.
Of course.
Yeah.
That is the progression you have to go through in Japan.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's true. It's true.
So yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of his. I'm a fan of the boy band. I'm a fan of like this is a
Oh,
game.
cool.
This is my game. This is like my shit. I'm so gonna play it. A lot
Is
of
it by the Yakuza company?
yeah, Sega.
Dev team? Okay.
It's by the Yakuza studio. The biggest criticism I've seen of it is so because it's already out in Japan, and because we know a lot of it about it already, is they use the same map from Yakuza, as in literally the same town, Kamurocho. So that's actually one of the appeal of Yakuza. You continuously play each game in Kamurocho, and you just have this familiarity and each game passes time, right? So when you go back, you see all these differences and you're like, hey, this used to not be here. So it's like really cool. But this is an entirely different game. I'm not sure if it's just laziness on their end or if it's part of the appeal. I honestly have no idea. But yeah, I'm gonna get this game for sure.
All right.
What else? Okay, so the last time we recorded, remember I mentioned a game called Devotion, made by those
Yes.
Taiwanese. Devotion is that Chinese horror kind of
Yes.
game made by
Yes.
made by a Taiwanese dev that made another made Detention, which is another like Taiwanese horror game. So they left a little funny thing in their game,
Oh no.
and the Chinese people just review bombed the shit out of it.
Oh no.
Do you know the meme about comparing the Chinese president to Winnie the Pooh?
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh no.
So I think there's like
did
a
it.
flyer in the game with Chinese words, and it basically said Xi Jinping, the Chinese president, Winnie the Pooh, moron. So
Oh no.
then they got review bombed the fuck, because China.
Yeah.
And,
It's just China.
And Taiwan and China has that thing going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because
one
these,
doesn't recognize the country.
yeah, and because these are the Taiwan-based studios, their response is, sorry, we usually put popular memes as placeholders, yada yada, and forgot to take it out. And I was just saying, bitch, if you're gonna do this, just stick with it.
I know. Go with it.
Fuck you and fuck your stupid excuses. We know it's not true. Don't say sorry for this kind of shit. If you're gonna say sorry, don't put it in the first place. Because somebody is going to find it. Gamers find everything. Like,
Honestly, I should have expected this.
they should have expected it. If you knew this was gonna be a thing, don't say sorry. If you want to say sorry, don't put it in.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I mean,
like THQ Nordic and their
8Chan AMA. Let's move on to that. That was a nice segue. So, anybody knows what 8Chan is? I mean,
I don't know if
I think 4 knows.
I hadn't really heard of 8Chan before this story. I knew what 4Chan was, and I probably had heard of 8Chan, but I don't know what the difference is between the two communities.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I have no idea what the difference is. I just know people say that 8Chan's like worse sometimes. I don't know.
Wow.
So, I don't know 100% of it, but I'm gonna say 8Chan is like a worse version of 4Chan.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
And a bunch of things it has done is swatting, the whole Gamergate bullshit, and child pornography.
That's the main one that I've heard is the child
And
pornography.
THQ Nordic, for whatever fucking reason, decided to do an AMA on 8Chan.
Oh, that's right, they did. Yeah, it wasn't received well.
It was
from
not.
people not part of 8Chan.
Basically,
Like,
the response is then saying, we did not do a due diligence, yada yada yada. Really?
But I mean, some of the comments from the THQ people on that AMA are horrible.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Just like weird jokes that like. I can't remember if they're anti-Semitic or racist, but like things that the official anybody shouldn't be saying, but especially the official representatives who are there by mistake who didn't do their due diligence. No, they were participating. They were rolling along with the
They knew
8Chan
exactly what they were getting themselves into. Because, like, let's be honest, we barely remembered it even existed. When you think of doing an AMA, where do you go? Reddit. You don't go to 8Chan. No, because your audience isn't even that big on 8Chan, like comparatively to Reddit. So they knew exactly what they were doing. They had to. What were they thinking otherwise? It's not like you have to be someone special to do an AMA on Reddit. Anyone can do it.
But just to be clear, THQ Nordic did say that they are against child pornography. So that's that.
That's good. I'm glad their
If
standards
you
are
have to
here.
say shit like that, then you kind of
may
fucked
wanna
up royally.
You may want to rethink where you put your AMAs. Yikes.
Yep.
As a Swedish-based, fast-growing group, we firmly support equality and diversity. Ain't Sweden like 99.9% super white or something?
Yeah, they're getting better ever since because they had to take in a lot of
Refugees?
refugees.
They
So
did?
that number, they did.
Oh, I
they
thought
were
Sweden
a
is
little,
one of the ones that didn't want to take any.
It was
None of them
mixed.
wanted to.
So, yeah, they didn't really want
Except
to,
for maybe
but they kind of
Germany, I
had
guess.
to.
Except maybe
they kind of.
Germany.
Yeah, it's but no, they are you asking if they're racist over there? Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say they're racist, but because it's difficult to say when you grow up 99.9% just everybody around you being white.
Right, but like.
Oh, but
I mean,
Poland is super racist though, even though they grew up
Yeah.
around everybody who's 99.9% white. Super
I
racist.
feel like everyone's racist against Poles.
Oh yeah, that's also the reason why they're racist, sort of like a defense racist. Because
yeah, I
Poland
don't
is
know many
like
Polish
the
people.
Irish of Eastern Europe.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, okay.
You know how
I
everybody
could
hates
say
the
that.
Irish? Yeah, everybody hates the Poles.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
everybody's
could
just
say that.
racist against everybody.
everybody's a little bit racist. Okay.
But yeah,
no,
THQ Nordic,
yeah.
they said they're against child pornography. I'm gonna buy their games now because they're against child
Yeah.
pornography.
Well, at least
Oh,
they're
boy.
there. Oh, boy.
Oh my god. So my girlfriend was watching. She usually watches. What's that guy who does the news? Who's a white guy who's really good and popular on YouTube. News guy. What? The guy who has a
News
brother
guy.
that's the name of the actor, but not actually the brother. DeFranco.
Oh. Yeah, James Franco's brother.
Yeah.
I knew it. I was gonna say you got it there. Good job.
No idea where you were going with that. All right.
So
keep
many
going.
inside jokes. Jesus. So
yeah.
So I think it was the Philip DeFranco show, and he was doing a segment on CBS this morning, whatever the name of the show is, CBS America Morning Scrambled Eggs,
Okay.
whatever. I have no idea what's the name of the show.
I don't know.
They brought in R. Kelly, and he had a
my
meltdown. He had a fucking
don't really
That's
know.
meltdown.
right.
Wait, what's wrong with R. Kelly? I'd heard something, but I didn't know what.
Child
Is he
pornography,
from beating
rape,
people?
Child pornography.
Okay.
and peeing
Oh,
on kids.
gosh.
And
This is worse than
dating.
I
Oh,
expected the
and
answer to be.
and cult,
Yeah.
a sex cult,
A sex cult and dating underage girls.
and child
Yeah.
pornography, right? Like he recorded a lot of these sex
I
acts and
think
stuff. I'm
so.
pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So that's that,
yeah.
and also he likes to pee on kids.
Yeah, he's really into the golden showers. We
Yeah.
found out, much to things I didn't need to find out.
And he had a meltdown. Oh my god, it's so amazing.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. I was like, I'm done. I'm so done with this.
You know you did a good
Yes.
job, THQ, when you reminded us R. Kelly.
Yeah, I know. You guys may want to rethink your platform.
THQ Nordic, the R. Kelly of video games.
Oh, jeez, bold statement, Char. Yikes. All right. Well, you put
Oh.
it out there. I didn't say anything.
Oh man.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's maybe get onto some non-child pornography topics.
I saw an interesting news story about, you know how there's a lot of like Nintendo IP smartphone games
Yeah.
that are really microtransaction heavy?
Yep.
Like
I mean, what isn't?
Fire Emblem Heroes, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp,
Oh, yeah.
Cyber Agent Inc. is one I hadn't heard of, but was listed.
Don't know
Apparently,
what that is.
I don't care either. But these companies are complaining because they have a 20% drop in revenue because I guess Nintendo is somehow not letting them monetize them as hard as they want to.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
we want
Yeah,
to
I
put
did-
more transactions and charge more for our bullshit, but Nintendo's being mean. Like,
Nintendo
oh god, these
is
games are
on our
already
side?
like the best examples of how microtransactions are bad, and you guys are saying you had to curtail it.
Mm-hmm.
That's gross.
Yikes.
It's already
Yikes,
making Nintendo
indeed.
huge money.
Yeah.
I gotta say, props to Nintendo, though, for saying something.
Yeah. I wonder
I mean,
why.
Wow, they
I wonder
really
if it's a
didn't have
moral
to.
thing or if it's a.
I don't know, because, like, I'm kind of surprised. Like, what company would say... I mean, I don't know. They've always been very... Unless it's, like, trying
Usually,
to
like, the
uphold,
smaller
like,
ones.
family-friendly.
Yeah, usually the smaller ones because they want to be,
Yeah.
they want to gain more supports because they're not like EA size or whatever.
Yeah, the only thing
But
I can
Nintendo
think of is...
ain't no small company.
Yeah, the other thing I can think of is Nintendo's always been real big on their, like, family-friendly projection, kind of like Disney.
Disney,
So it's
yeah.
like anything that could look bad, we really can't, mess with. So I'm wondering if that might be why, but I don't know.
Yeah, the
Interesting.
response that Nintendo gave is very vague. It just says, we discuss various things, not just limited to payments, to deliver a high-quality fun to consumers.
Sounds like they were yelling at some people. All right. I mean,
Maybe. Oh, apparently
Not
making
real.
a Mario Kart Tour smartphone game? That's weird sounding.
Oh yeah, it was
We'll
delayed
see
or
if it's
something.
riddled with microtransactions.
Yeah, I wonder how. You can, I guess, buy characters and maybe unlock courses.
Something like
maybe.
that, yeah.
Unlock courses would be shit though. Using a touchscreen for a Mario Kart game would be shit.
it'd be hard.
Yeah.
Would be hard.
Unless it's one of those, it just follows the track and you can't slide off of it kind of thing.
Oh.
And you win
yeah,
races
uh-huh.
by choosing lanes and by doing timing things, right? Maybe, I have no idea.
Maybe. Not sure.
But
Yeah. Speaking of bad money, so I hate to report on this because I love BioWare, but Anthem
oh,
Anthem. So there's been a lot of problems with Anthem. Lots of problems. And it's gotten so bad that actually there has been reports now, very few, so it's kind of hard to say what's been substantiated. There have been a few reports now of like game-breaking bugs that brick your system.
Yes.
So that's not cool at all. I also just recently heard that there is another bug in the game where your first level weapons are better than your final level weapons.
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
I just heard that today. It's pretty fresh off the press. I'd have to look it up further. But yeah, so that's apparently a thing too.
It's actually also bricking PlayStation 4s.
Yes.
Yeah, PlayStation 4s and right. Xbox. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh,
They're
Xbox
bricking.
as well. Oh.
Yeah. Yep. So it's one of those things that, like, because to be honest, like, when I look back on Mass Effect Andromeda, I enjoyed that game quite a bit. And I understood when it came out.
Especially when it's on sale,
like,
it's a really good price, I would say.
But, like, I know when it came out, like, there were a lot of graphical issues, and so that was not okay. I'm very much of the type of person that you really should not push out a product if there's going to have so many obvious bugs and stuff in it. But, like, my partner was playing it for the first time because she got through the whole Mass Effect series, so I wanted to go through Andromeda. And with all, like, the patches and stuff like that, she really, really enjoyed the game a lot. Certainly not, like, you know, game number one or even the best Mass Effect game. But, like, for what it was, we really enjoyed it. And so part of us kind of almost was wondering, like, because I remember when it came out, there was even some criticism of it that I thought, like, fair, but also some that were just vitriolic. And part of me sometimes felt like, did EA, like, just kind of set up Mass Effect set BioWare for failure on this one? Just because, especially, like, when they decide to not release any DLC, which was so strange. But now it's like, you look at Anthem, and it's like, what happened? Like, who... Like, you can't help, like, personally, and I know I love BioWare, but, like, I can't help but feel like they were almost set up for failure in this.
There are so many recent, previous, similar games that they could have learned things from, and they're just making the same and more mistakes somehow.
Yeah, and they're just making a game, like, some people say that, like, well, it's fun for what it is, but, like, it's not really original. It doesn't have any of BioWare's, like, character charm or relationship building or anything like that. And it's just kind of, and the gameplay, I guess, is just very okay. And it's, I mean, I remember when I first saw it, I was like, who's making a Destiny clone? And it's kind of what they're trying to be. They're trying to make a Destiny Halo game and not as good. And I don't know. It's just sad.
And both games are worse than, like, Borderlands 2, which isn't, like, super comparable, but it's the best, like, first-person loot-based shooter that exists, I think.
Yeah. So it's just
Was it
very...
the first one? Borderlands
2 is the best one.
Was it the first
2
one?
is the best one.
2's
In
the
my
favorite,
opinion, 2 is the best one.
No, was it the first looter shooter?
Oh.
I mean, the Borderlands series.
It can't have been. I don't know. I guess it doesn't say define looter shooter. I'd be surprised if it was, though.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like, part of me is just really worried that this is pretty much just going to kill BioWare, and that I don't know. It just smells of a setup to me. And I know I'm just being controversial and putting on my tinfoil hat, but it's just so weird how many problems it has. Like, whoa, I don't know. It's just very sad. Bricking systems, that's not okay. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's a hard one to catch, though, probably, but it's still pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Still pretty bad.
So real quick, there's a rumor of a new Xbox console. It's not going to be a new console. It's going to be the Xbox One S console without the disk drive.
Actually, I think there might be two. One is, yes, that without the disk drive. It's kind of a lesser powered one. And I think they are remaking one that's more powerful. Have you heard their code names, though?
Maverick,
That's the best part of the news.
Xbox One Sat?
No. The one without the disk drive is Xbox Lockhart, and the one that's like just a brand new Xbox or whatever is codenamed Xbox Anaconda. I don't know why.
There's
like Pokemon game names.
There's a rumor that the new diskless one is going to be called the Xbox One S All Digital Edition, which abbreviates to Xbox One Sat.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that name. Lockhart made no sense.
So yeah, that's a thing, I suppose.
That's a thing.
Okay. Congregate has a store. You guys know about that, right?
I'm not sure. Remind me.
Congregate was a Flash website, right?
But they also have a store now.
I didn't know that.
Okay, it's not new. The store has been up for a while. It's called Cartridge.
Okay.
With a K, of course, because Congregate.
Of course.
They have a premiering on Cartridge program, which is basically 30-day exclusivity on their store before going to other retailers, like Steam and all that. First batch of exclusive games are Hell is Other Demons, Sword and Souls, and Anodyne 2, the one we were talking about earlier. You played Anodyne 1 for...
I did.
Yeah. Anodyne 2, I would say, is the biggest one on this list. People know about that game, and the second one looks like a pretty cool...
I don't want to wait.
But they actually funded the development. I'm not sure if the whole thing or what, but probably like the last batch of it or something. But they actually put in money to help fund the game. So, and it's only going to be 30 days, unlike Epic, where it's going to do only 1 year.
Indefinitely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a year?
A year. A lot of them are a year. I'm not sure if there's any indefinitely or not. But
year's pretty long.
Yeah. So, I'm not really sure how to feel about this.
Does Congregate... Do I have to download a Congregate like app on my desktop to load the game and
believe
launch
you
it
do,
through?
yes.
Oh, forget that. I was going to buy it from Congregate probably because I didn't want to wait, but I'm not going to do that. I draw the line at downloading extra bloatware.
Yeah.
Draw the line.
Pretty much, yeah. I would like a... just do it like a GOG thing.
To me.
Just do GOG.
Yeah.
Just let us download
Yeah. Just download the executable.
Yeah. DRM free. But yeah. Oh well. You gotta do what you gotta do to compete.
Yeah.
If Epic is the only one that's doing it, then I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about it. In the end, like I said, I don't have to buy another machine to play it. I can either just wait or buy it on the other stores, or just download extra stuff instead of paying $300 for it.
Could be worse.
And it's also a good thing that they help to fund development of the game. I'm not really sure if Epic Store is funding development of the game or is just paying them money, which is two different things.
I think they help pay if you're using the Unity engine, but did they make the Unity or the Unreal engine?
They make the Unreal engine.
Unreal.
And if you do... I forgot what they... So basically, if the game is Unreal, you don't have to pay more than... You don't have to pay the Unreal fees if you're doing...
I think that's...
Something. If you use Unreal, that's like something good for you or something.
Yeah, they're trying to encourage more Unreal Engine platform games on their platform. On Steam.
Because Unreal take a cut of the certain amount, I suppose, like Unity maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a thing. And the last thing...
the last thing is a terrible thing.
Oh gosh.
I'm not even sure if I want to talk about it.
Oh,
what is it? Too bad. Now you guys curious.
God damn it. Okay, there's a game. There's a game that's trying to get released on Valve's Steam Direct platform. I mean, getting, on Steam, but it's using Steam Direct, which is like $100 whatever. The game is called Rape Day.
Wait. Rape-lay?
Rape Day.
Oh,
which I guess is...
like The Purge.
Which I guess is like a pun on Rape-lay.
Yes.
I know exactly what game you're talking about, Sarah.
Okay, I was going to say, yeah, so those who don't know, I don't really want to talk much about it, but yeah, it's a bad game.
Yeah.
It's actually banned on Twitch, funny enough.
So, Rape Day is zombie apocalypse and you go around raping and killing people. And Valve says it won't publish game about raping women after significant discussion.
Oh, I'm glad that took significant discussion.
Yeah.
It probably didn't actually take that long of a discussion. They just had to say that. I really wish they had just been honest and been like, we met with our managers and they said no. It's just like, because no, there's no way that took that long. Yikes. people are just, why? I don't understand people sometimes.
I've seen the comments basically saying this game shouldn't exist, but I have also seen comments saying let people create what they want. But Steam is Steam is a private company. Their own store. They can do whatever the fuck they want on their own store.
Yeah, whatever they want. Yeah, they can make the game. Sure, they can host their own website and make people download it. They don't have to go through Steam.
They can distribute it on their website. They can also do it on like itch.io, I guess, if they're okay with that. I'm not too sure.
If they're okay, I don't know.
I'm not sure if itch.io do any curation. I don't think they do.
I have no idea. I mean, with the quality of their games, I assume not, but I don't know.
And because everybody has like their own page.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
whatever.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not censorship, by the way, people. Okay.
Apropos of nothing, I forgot to mention I watched Mortal Engines.
Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was bad?
It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It was better than I thought it would be.
What is bad?
Is it the one based on the book series?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a series, but it is based off of literature.
Okay.
Literature. So the graphics are good. I don't know, it's just really generic. Nothing really stood out as memorable to me. Like, every beat was predictable.
How the fuck do you make something generic when it's fucking cities on wheels?
I mean, like I said, the visuals were good. It's just the overall plot's like, oh, people in city bad, run away from city, come back to city, fight, win, happy end. I don't know.
YA novel number 2.
I think just the writing is real.
Is the protagonist
bland.
an annoying YA trope?
No.
She's
too bland. She doesn't have a strong enough character to be annoying. Just kind of like she's
Wait,
just
I
like
thought
a
the
set
girl
piece.
was the main character.
She is.
She is, okay.
Yeah, her potential love interest guy is pretty annoying, mostly because he can't act very well and he just looks kind of annoying.
I just hate YA in general.
Yeah, I started trying to watch Percy Jackson and it's like, oh, I can't do it.
Oh, the movies are horrible.
Yeah.
I never read the books.
I like
but
Stanley
the movies are
Tucci.
horrible. Yeah, the movies are pretty bad.
Well, I
They're
feel obligated too
bad.
because I'm voice acting as Zeus and Poseidon in like a fan dub of it. It's like I don't know this story at all. I should watch it. Oh, I can't watch it.
Wow, that's really funny. It's the I just remember one of probably my favorite moments from high school was watching that movie with two friends, with one of my friends that's just super boy crazy, and so she just wanted to see the hot guys that were our age at the time, and the other girl who had read the books, and I'm just sitting between them, and the one is just super excited over every scene, and the other is just fuming at this movie because it's the worst thing ever. It was a fun time in high school. It was a fun memory.
I was in like
I can't get too mad.
I was like
Jackson.
19, 20 years old. Went to see like the fucking first Twilight with a bunch of girls.
Oh my
I've
lord!
never seen it.
I was like the only guy there. I had no idea what this movie was about. I had no idea what YA was.
No.
I just went in and I was watching this and they were like, oh my god, he's so pretty. Oh my god, she's so pretty. And I was like, shit, I shouldn't have eaten what I ate. I feel like vomiting right now.
You should have drank is what you should have. No, but
I don't think alcohol would have helped anything.
I was forced to watch. I never read the books because actually the main reason I never read the books wasn't even from I don't want to read the books 'cause I'm a cool girl. It was just they didn't interest me. I really
shiny vampires ain't interesting to you.
I remember when one of some and it's like I almost like I said, an associate or colleague, high school, damn girl. It's kind of a friend of mine, sort of in school. I remember she was reading the books kind of before they got big, and people were asking like, "Oh, what are those books about?" She's like, "Oh, it's it's a love story. It's got vampires and werewolves in them." And I read the back of it, and I was like, "Oh, not really for me. I'm not really into that kind of stuff. I never really have been into like vampires and werewolves and stuff like that." And then when it got big, I was just less interested. But I was forced to watch the first two movies, and I was too young to drink, but I wish I wasn't. It was a fun time. I was thankfully not forced to watch any of the other ones, so which was like the last two, I think, because it was a trilogy, but they had two movies because of course they did. So that was fun.
Yeah, it's the law. Gotta do it.
I know. Ever since Harry Potter did it.
I think the only YA movie other than Harry Potter that I've seen in memory is like I saw all of the Hunger Games. I didn't see Maze Runner.
I didn't see Maze Runner. I heard it was decent, but I never read the book. Hunger Games, I read the first 2 books and actually didn't have enough interest to read the final one. I was borrowing them, so I just didn't get into it. Yeah, that's what I heard. I saw only the first movie, though. I didn't see the second one.
I saw and read all of them. It was
the problem is that, like, I actually like YA novels, but the ones I read never end up in movies. Like, I'm that weird hipster person that's like, oh, I read these ones. And they're like, what are those ones? Although one of them I read is relatively popular, the Ugly series. I'm actually genuinely surprised they never made that into a movie, because that was actually a pretty decently popular one, but I don't know. It could have been a good movie, maybe. Probably not. Yeah. Oh, YA. They have definitely become formulaic in the last 10 years.
It's basically...
I Killed Giants got bad reviews.
It's basically choose a weird post-apocalyptic dystopian setting and put a bunch of young people in it.
The tropes are really pandering too. It's like, they're different. They are unique because reasons. Friendship.
Well, it's
like,
not even usually...
they're just...
So it's a JRPG is what you're saying.
Kind of. It's
sometimes.
Sometimes it's just for the ones that like seem very... I don't know. Power of friendship to me isn't even the biggest problem.
That's true.
It's usually the world itself. It's very...
It's just...
There's no world building.
Simplistically post-apocalyptic.
The world's so contrived to reward a very specific person. It's like that. I don't know. It's kind of weird. People don't behave realistically, which I guess is fine for a fantasy.
Got me interested in
they behave in weird ways. They're supposed to be realistic people, and none of them are realistic people. They're all very
narrow, one-dimensional.
Not quite. Maybe like 1.1 dimensional.
Yeah.
What's his name is in this, right? Hugo Weaving.
Yes.
He's the bad guy.
He's the bad guy of Mortal Engines.
Man, he's such a waste.
He can't pick movies. He's real bad at picking movies. Because I remember years ago, he was in a werewolf movie too. I was like, oh man, like this movie's garbage. I want Hugo Weaving to do more good stuff. Like Cloud Atlas. Oh, that reminds me. So I'm listening to a podcast, I think I mentioned, called Blank Check. And today I was just listening to the Cloud Atlas episode. And the host was talking about his worst movie experience ever. Because you're talking about YA movies, since we're any of it. He's sitting with his friend in the movie theater. There is one space between them and the aisle. And this woman comes up, and she goes, is this seat taken? And he goes, no. She goes, okay, thank you. She walks away. He's like, okay. She comes back with her 20-year-old son, who's clearly like mentally lower, kind of, whatever. And she puts him in the seat. Yeah. And she puts him in the seat, and then she goes to a different area of the theater to watch the movie.
What?
She didn't sit with him.
That's a bad mom.
It's a bad mom. And the whole movie, whenever any female's on screen, she's like, oh, she's so beautiful. Oh, she's so beautiful. I hope they kiss. Oh, it's like the whole movie. And so the host was like, yeah, when I got out of that movie, I was like, I don't know if I liked it or not. It seemed good, but my experience is so like colored by this weird experience.
That is a very strange experience.
That's the one thing about watching movies in cinemas.
Though.
It's like the experience of you watching in the cinema will color your...
It's a bit of a gamble.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Also,
I still
you
remember...
guys do it weird. You guys have no seating numbers, right?
Well, no. Some do. It depends on the theater.
It's like 50-50.
Really?
It really depends. Yeah. Especially if it's a popular movie where they're selling tickets ahead of time, like any Marvel movie. You can buy... Certain theaters will allow you to buy and pick seats ahead of time. So it just depends on the theater.
Over here, I think the lower end cinemas will do free seating. But everybody else, which is pretty much like 80%, 90%, do number seating.
Yeah. It's becoming more and more common, I would say, especially like the more and more movies where like you could get it sold out, opening night could be sold out by like 3 weeks ahead of time. And so a lot of them do that more.
Like more than what they have seats, like airlines?
I don't
no.
think so.
All right.
No, they're not like airplanes.
I think
airplanes.
There's less flaky people in movies than there are on airplanes.
Yeah, exactly.
Less back out. You don't buy as far in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, usually I have found that if it's been ordered, and I mean, once you get in the theater, if it's not taken, I mean, you can move. They don't care. But basically when it's like opening night for any big movie, it's a lot like, okay, you're in a theater, we're going to check your seat and check it twice. They're a little more major on that because those are most likely to be sold out. And everyone will come,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's gotten more I would say like 10 years ago, it was not really a thing in the United States. But definitely, honestly, Marvel. I would say Marvel really
Just wondering why they would prefer to do it that way, free sitting style.
I think because when we think about the movies, especially United States for older movies, it's a very like random decision. It's like, we're out and about, you want to see a movie? So it's pretty, in our culture, it's more like that.
The moment.
I see.
Yeah, especially for older stuff. So
I think over here you kind of like planned around it.
Yeah, and like especially like I said for newer movies, especially Marvel, yeah, absolutely you do. But like, I mean, we literally decided to see Alita Battle Angel that day. 2 hours before. Like, it was just spur of the moment, it wasn't a conscious decision. It was like, oh, hey, let's just go see it because it's out.
I wanted to. I didn't know when. Now is fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Walk over to the
we looked
theater.
you look through the times, you're like, oh, this time's good. You want to go? It's in an hour? Okay, yeah, sure, let's go. And then you go make a date out of it. Well, we did get there. We did have to pick our seats because we were in a theater that was it was very small and it was still a pretty major movie. So we did have to pick our seats then, but yeah, if it was an older movie, they'd been like, go ahead. Just kind of depends.
That's probably true.
But yeah. That's about
didn't Ms. Marvel come out?
Is it?
Captain
Not
Marvel?
yet. This weekend.
Is it this weekend?
I've been seeing
Captain
reviews
Marvel
around.
this weekend. I've heard it's really good.
I don't know if you can pay attention to reviews because it's just so weirdly polarizing for some reason.
Because
yeah, I will say...
Did Wonder Woman...
Oh, what?
Did Wonder Woman get it as bad as this?
Not as bad.
They did? Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it was as bad, but it got pretty bad,
some,
though.
for sure, yeah.
I'm not sure if it got
to this
review
scale.
bombed.
I wonder if it's because it's
so.
Marvel.
I think
might
Marvel's
be.
just more beloved.
I
Or at
think
least
also...
not beloved, more
It's not your
zealots.
thing.
famous.
Captain Marvel has
It's
been
more
a character for
famous.
years now. It's not your thing.
Yeah.
Can you chill?
I
Jesus.
think it might have also been the case, like, I really felt like Wonder Woman was kind of a classic, like, yeah, she's a classic girls hero, so it didn't seem as, like, jarring to fanboys. Captain Marvel isn't as well known, if you don't, but comparatively to Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman is
For sure.
beyond, yeah.
And so the push of any, like, female hero, because they pushed it, I thought it was fine, but they really pushed, like, hey, she's a
There's an
female
agenda.
hero. It gets the fanboys real butthurt real fast. But that's one
I
good
don't
thing
even
that
understand
Rotten
what
Tomatoes
their
did.
concern is.
I mean, at this point, like, you have to understand the United States, like, we just found out recently that all the bad press for the second Star Wars movie was actually, like, robots,
Russians.
turns out. Yeah, like Russian. Kind of, though.
Russian
so
robots.
at this point, like, I can't really believe anything. So I would more
that's what
likely
I was-
believe that over just more sexist fanboys at this point, really. So
Makes sense.
But
I didn't
that's
know
why
it was
it-
Russians. Goddamn Russians.
I forget. I don't know if it was Russian, but, like, because
It's probably
it
fucking
turned out
Russians.
all the...
It was trolls.
It was trolls for sure, but, like, there was a lot of, like, robot accounts. It was artificially manufactured,
Right.
it turns out, which is like, what? Like, I had no idea. But yeah, apparently it was very artificially manufactured, and so I would not be surprised if that's the case with Captain Marvel. That's the same freaking thing. But that's why it's yeah. So I was just gonna say that's why it's.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say one good thing that Rotten Tomatoes did, therefore, was make it that they couldn't. You can't review movies before they're out. So because it was getting horribly review bombed.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can come back, Foe. It's okay.
I'm taking my shoes off. My feet are getting hot.
Okay. Just it's off the
I can
screen.
still hear you because I have headphones.
I'm glad you can hear us. I'm just saying. But yeah, so I'm super excited. We haven't gotten tickets to see it opening weekend, so I don't know if we'll get a chance to see it this weekend, but we'll see.
I'm just not very interested in it.
Oh, I'm
The
super
hero
pumped.
itself isn't super compelling to
Yeah,
me.
she's
a
Superman.
Superman-ish
Yeah.
type. Strong, yeah.
I know.
And
I'm okay.
I will
I'm
probably
just
see
excited.
it though because it's Marvel. But
It's Marvel.
I'm
I'm
almost
super
more excited for Shazam, which is weird to say because the
Because
movie
it has,
also doesn't look good.
what's his name?
But the hero is more interesting.
Yeah. What's the guy that's playing him again? He's a
I
funny
don't know his
guy.
name.
It's a funny guy.
He looks like a funny guy. The trailers are okay.
Isn't he a comedian?
I think he
don't
might
know.
be, but I don't remember.
I mean, not
who it
comedian
is.
in a stand-up way, more like a funny roles. kind of
Isn't
way.
he like from like Disney shows, like the
Oh, I have
sitcom type
no
thing?
idea. I just know he's like one of those guys that you see in movies, but you just don't know his real name. kind of.
I'm gonna look it up right friggin' now. When does Good Omens come out? That movie needs to come out now. Shazam.
Zachary Levy.
Nope, not that.
Levi.
Shazam.
Levy. Zachary.
Levy. Zach.
Oh yeah, he's the guy in Chuck. I like Chuck.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, Chuck was good.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Entangled. I didn't know that's the same guy.
What was he
He's in
Entangled?
Thor Ragnarok.
Apparently so.
What was he Entangled
Who
in
is
Thor
he in
Ragnarok?
Entangled.
He was in Thor Ragnarok and
Zach-
Thor Dark World.
Yeah, Zach
wow.
Levy was
Oh!
Flynn Rider
Oh, that's right, he was.
in
Yeah,
Thor
Zach Levi-
Ragnarok. How low do I have to scroll down? Really far. Show me more. Show me Zach. He was Fandral. I don't know who that is.
I think he might be one of Thor's buddies.
Sounds like
I'm
it.
just
One of the Warriors
looking at
3, maybe.
his credits, and there's a video game section. He was in Halo Reach. He was in Fallout New Vegas. He was in Tomb Raider as himself. What?
Random.
That's pretty funny.
What the fuck does that mean?
It's a Tangled TV series.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. It's actually not bad.
There's
if you're
always a
into the
TV series after the movies nowadays, I would say.
A lot of them. Tangled just got popular enough to
Oh,
get it.
he's a limited offer DLC character for the multiplayer section.
Oh,
And he
that's
plays as
funny.
himself. That's kind of funny.
That is funny.
Everyone's in Robot
And he
Chicken
was
for a
in
couple
and he's in
episodes.
Kingdom Hearts 3 as Flynn Rider.
Yeah.
Yes, he
Yeah.
is. Yeah, they actually got. They didn't get Mandy Moore, but they did get him.
Me knowing that's him now makes me want to see Shazam a little more, but I'm
I
still
like
not
the
optimistic
trailers.
about
The
it. I mean, I
trailers
definitely
was
think
fun.
Captain Marvel will be better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
trailers
he's-
are fun.
Yeah.
Like when he's charging people's phones and the phone explodes.
Yeah.
Like, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll
So yeah.
waiting impatiently for my Captain Marvel.
And I'll please see both. Apparently, they just announced they're working on a live-action Gundam movie, which is cool. They being Legendary Entertainment.
That's interesting. Live action
Yeah,
Gundam.
it is interesting. Live-action
Alright.
Mobile Suit Gundam.
Has there ever been a Japanese one? Because those Japanese, they love to make that shitty live action movies.
I thought that
That's
was
true.
Pacific Rim.
Haha.
I-
The new Godzilla looks cool
I've
too.
yet to see the Phoenix Strike live action one.
I didn't know that was one.
There
It
is
was.
one.
I haven't seen it. The anime's pretty good. I prefer the anime.
I couldn't stand the anime for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Oh, I liked watching. I mean, I didn't like it like as a replacement for the game, but
Hmm.
I liked it in conjunction. Certainly not a replacement.
Yeah.
It was fun to see what they kind of were trying to like smooth over.
So yeah, good place to wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is a
sure.
wrap up, I think.
Nice. Do the thing.
All right, I'll start because no one else likes to start this. This is Sarahscopic, Sarahscopic. I'm on Facebook and Twitter. Come and say hi. I will be on YouTube and Twitch someday. But you can also hear me through Checkpoint XP. I do the news and their social media sections
And
on
the new podcast.
Yes, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And I'm also doing a new podcast with them every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern called Not Your Player 2, where I speak with another female gamer and we talk about gaming, esports,
That's a
and
damn
all
good
that
name.
stuff. With
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's a damn good name.
I know. She thought it up. I did.
I was just watching. You guys know Angry Black Nerd?
Yes.
I know the name.
Yeah, the-
Wait,
Yeah,
wasn't
I
he
know
on our? He was.
No.
Wait,
Not
was he-
every black guy is the
okay.
same for. Jesus.
No. Who? Oh no, I'm
Yikes.
thinking of R3 Deep New. I don't know why I thought
R2D2.
R2
Yeah,
Deep
Which
New.
is another fucking good
Not
name.
that guy.
Jeez.
I know.
Damn good
but anyway.
name. Yeah. So I
I
just
know.
what he had a really new video. I'm not like a fan of his. It was just like recommended. So
Yeah.
he was talking about why he called himself all black nerd and talking about
Yeah.
race and nerd culture, those kind of stuff. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
like he never really thought about it as a black thing, and he gets messages about, oh, how do you feel if I do angry white nerd? And like, I don't know, man, is the username available? That's all that matters, man. Which
also
I agree.
not really new.
Which I agree. If it's available, just go for it.
I know, it's also not a new thing. There is something called, like, white nerd or whatever. White nerdy. But anyway.
Honestly, I have more of an issue with angry. It's like, why are people going to go watch someone be angry? That sounds stressful.
It's like
I don't want any part of that.
People do.
It's like that,
A lot of people
Apparently,
do.
it's surprising.
It's like that angry Latino guy. Angry Joe?
Angry Joe. I mean, angry sells, and it baffles me.
People like to see people yell.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you can find me there. You can, if you want to hear more about stuff, we're going to be talking about a dress that was made by an esports jersey store. And why? Why does this exist? Anyway,
a dress, did you say?
It was a dress made by an esports apparel store for all the female gamers. And yeah, it's not that good looking, and they don't even use like a female model to show it off.
Is it because it's made by men?
I mean, they did admit on Twitter that they didn't consult any women for this.
Of course.
So, but anyway, we're going to talk about it because that's random and it needs to be talked about. So yeah, check us out there on Checkpoint XP on Twitch. You go.
I'm Foehamner, and I'm on YouTube. I do mostly daily videos. Occasionally I don't, but usually I do.
Pupunoob, Pew Pew, NROB, shitty username. Angry White Nut, Angry Black Nut. What is it? Not Your Player 2?
Not Your Player 2, yeah.
Names. So yeah, on YouTube and Twitter. Those places. So yes, this has been episode 150. Damn, 150 of the playonultra podcast. We've been doing this for like, I want to say 4 years. I
was only here for I think 2 of them,
years.
so.
Yeah. 2 years is pretty good to be like, in something. So yeah, this has been episode 150 of the playonultra podcast. Thank you very much for watching, listening. We'll see you next time. Bye boy.
Bye.